In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn a couple zip ties into a proper bracket like this. It's not as hard as you think. First up, we're going to take some measurements, draw a picture, and then turn it into cardboard. So this bracket's going to be pretty simple. It's going to mount to this hole, or this post rather, and come out this way, bend up 90 degrees, and then mount up to the core support. Like I said, it's going to be like a rectangle, mounting hole, and then we're going to have a bend line, and then another rectangle, and then two more mounting holes. Looks to be about 36 centimeters. 8 centimeters from the core support to the back of the radiator. The actual distance of the hole, or the post, that's 5. Looks to be about 3. And what about our overall length? This is, again, so that's 36. I want to get some extra room for the radius of that hole, maybe 44, 45. Trim all this later on, no big deal. So I've got this cardboard here, and I like to use cardboard like this versus the corrugated because it's a lot easier to cut. It doesn't need to be strong because this is just trying to get the shape right, so I don't really care too much about strength. Yeah, this will do. This overall length being 450 millimeters and our holes being 36 centimeters or 360 millimeters, that'll fit perfect. Let's see, we know this dimension we want about 8. This is going to be our bend line here. The idea is to get a pretty accurate cardboard template, which then we can kind of remeasure and use to make a CAD file, and then we can send that out to a metal shop and they can make this for us into something real. So let's just take a look there. That 8 centimeters looks to be pretty nice as far as that distance goes. It's going to need to be trimmed a little to accommodate this bend, and on this side as well, but we'll get to that. So let's go ahead and remove these zip ties so we just have some more room. So we know we want this hole 5 centimeters off the fold line, so let's mark that out. The more exact you can make this stuff, it's just going to make it easier. Let's just check so we don't make any mistakes. Backed up, lined up, looks pretty nice. And we know these holes need to be 36 centimeters apart. Then we can put 2 and a bit on each side. I'll just mark out 2 on one side and plus 36 is 38. Even it out when it comes time to actually design this thing. I know that we want to move this space here, but we also want to keep it up to here. So roughly about this is enough, and then this side somewhere around here. We're going to just make it all square because it's easy to cut. Yeah, that fits better already. And now we have to trim a certain amount off of that. 6? Let's make it a little smaller, so let's go to 5. That'll be there. And this side here. Perfect, nice. This hole bolts into here. That goes through here, that goes. Nice, no interference. So let's trim the top. We know we wanted that to be 3 centimeters high. So maybe it's time to open these holes. We could just make a 1 centimeter hole. Oh, shit. Hey, that looks really good. This piece right here is actually a proper radiator bracket for this thing. It has this little grommet, fits in super nice, but can interfere with my core support. I want to make my bracket accommodate this bushing. 17 millimeter diameter. And maybe even just mark up this thing with my measurements. Might be easier to model it that way. So we know this space is 50 millimeters. This to this was going to be 360. This whole thickness we made 5 centimeters, I believe. The whole overall length 450 millimeters, right that big like this. This whole distance is 8, and this one is 3. And this is 25.5 centimeters. we're now going to make a model on the computer. Keep in mind, I really don't know how to do any modeling, but you could figure it out. That's the whole point of this, is to show you how easy this stuff is. It's really not very complicated. I don't really know how to 3D model, but I will make this and be able to send it out somewhere to have it made. On to the computer side of things, I'm going to be using Fusion 360, which is a free modeling software. And again, this is not a tutorial on how to do 3D modeling. It's just more of a demonstration on how someone like me or you who's never done any modeling can make something like this. And I'm going to have this part made by a company called Send Cut Send. They have a little tutorial here on how to create a sheet metal rule in a Fusion 360. I don't know what that means, but I looked into it. You can load in a material, and then that material's limitations will be part of your piece that you make. If you want to bend it, or the thickness, or what have you, is all built into the part. For this part, we're going to be using 5052 aluminum. It's already loaded into the software here. First thing you want to do is make a new component, and you got to pick the material. So this is the custom one from Send Cut Send. And now our component here is built in with their rule. So now you create a sketch. And again, this is just from me watching like one tutorial online. There might be a bunch of different ways to do this that are a lot better, but this is just how I've done it. So our cardboard piece is a pretty simple rectangle. So I'm just click on the rectangle tool here. And actually, let me just start it at the origin just so it makes it nice. 450 wide, 80 tall. And just use your scroll wheel to move around. That's the basic shape. Again, I don't really know the best way to do this, so I'm just going to draw a line, which was 40 millimeters this way, and then upwards 30, and you can just do L for line, 30, L for line, go across. This was 255. These are our rough shape like that. Then we had some holes here, which I'm going to use the circle tool here. And that was going to be 17 millimeters to accommodate our grommet. We knew it was 3 centimeters off the edge, 50 millimeters down from the top. Now we can just drag our circle to this point, erase these guidelines. And the hole spacing was 360 apart. We'll do another circle, 17. Here's our super rough shape. And you know, we had to notch out some of this area and this area over here as well, but for the sake of keeping the video short, we'll skip that for now. So you can click Finish Sketch. Now we just have our little paper. You can see if you move on this cube, it's flat. You press this thing here, flange, and now we have it extruded into 3D basically. The tricky part here is right here where it says side 1. Side 1 means it's coming out of the page. Side 2 means it goes into the page, and that's important because it's just going to show where our sketch is, because we're going to need to use that for the bend. We're going to OK. Here's our part, actually turned into metal. If you open this sketch on, we can still see our lines. So create bend, you click the whole part, and then you can click this reference line. And now we have our bend part. On this face here, I'm actually not even going to put these holes in. And when I get the part in person, I can just drill it myself. Skipping ahead a bit here, I'm going to open my actual bracket that I worked on a little bit more, and I added some curves, as you can see, to accommodate those shapes of the core support, and I added some fillets to round it out so you don't slice your finger open. And all this stuff I just figured out by watching a couple tutorials online. So once you have your part done, you can export it as a flat design, so it's like it shows the bends and everything. And then you can bring it over to Send Cut Send, show it in 3D. You can see the part that can powder coat it for you, all different steps and finishes they can do, and it comes in about a week. So now I've got the bracket, install it onto our grommets, and now I just have to mark these 2 holes. Now let's reinstall it. If you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thanks, because it really does take a long time to make these things. So I really appreciate the people watching and commenting, liking, subscriptions. It really is like genuine motivation to keep going with this. So thanks.